For those of you who haven't, seen any of these videos yet, it's your first time, I'm painting the whole alphabet from A to Z, doing it 3 letters at a time, and I'm doing a different style for each 3 letters. You can see the last 3 letters here, STU, so we're right at the end here. I'm using 2 caps, 1 skinny cap, 1 fat cap. This one's called a cream skinny. This one's called a New York, New Yorker, New York fat. They're not that big. They're sort of hardly even fat caps, but they're just great for filling in your letters. 3 steps. First one, sketch. So let's get that sketch up. 1 line at a time. And I'm gonna do like a sharp sort of edge to begin my letters, like this. And then I'm gonna like point and sort of round it out. So this is gonna be like a pretty condensed letter form. Let's get our W kicking. Got our W, similar style, mesh it over. And then the X should be the trickiest one, because that one's a little weird for this shape, but let's see what we can do. So you want to mesh in the styles, like the bottom should look like the bottoms of the rest. And that one does right there. So let's do a little, same thing, rounded edge. VWX, done our sketch. First step is done. Next step is going to be filling in our colors. So this is when it's good to change over your cap into the fatter cap. So for this bit, basically you don't want to just start filling in a certain area. You want to sort of thicken your outlines first and then work your way in. That'll make these outside edges more clean. Because if I was just to do this, like just to start scribbling, you'll forget where you're at, it'll be a nightmare, and it'll just be tricky, especially if you're starting out, which, I mean, you probably are if you're watching this. Another thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave a little gap between colors so I can see where my line work was. So to help with this, I'm actually gonna start with another green. So I'm gonna go around, and in bits where I don't know, I might lose my line work, for example, if I spray this in. If I was to fill this whole shape in, you'd lose all these little bits, these little lines. But if I use a different color, I can just go around it. And that's the thing, like even if it's a tiny little squiggly line, like look at that. You can hardly see that, but that's enough for your eye to like know where you're at. And when you do your outline, that's going to cover over that anyway. So that's a little trick. It's a huge thing for sort of new painters out there. Leave that little line, just like that, same thing. And we're going to do the same thing with this X. Obviously it doesn't matter on the outsides because you don't have a line to keep. So watch this. Go straight over that, like no need to keep that. There we go. Now for a bit of a fade. I'm going to use my wrist at an angle to basically create a fade to make it brighter at the bottom and darker at the top. So same color we had before, and I'm going to angle my wrist up. So check this out. Sometimes when you're upside down, the candle stops spraying. If it does, it's just sucking air. So lift it up, spray it again. That's one of the greatest things about spray paint is how quick that is. Like if you had a brush, it'd be a nightmare painting that in, but super fast with a spray can. So as we know, sketch, fill, last step, we've got this outline. This is when you need to be a little bit more careful. And I want all these bits to be rounded like this. So, a bit of different style to it, V, W. X. And then to stylize this little thing, make sure it punches a little bit, we're going to add some highlights on the top, and we're going to add some 3Ds on the bottom. If you want to learn more about these 3Ds, check out my other videos. I jump into it a lot more, but to not bore you, there we go. That should be popping out a little bit more, but you'll be surprised what this next bit does. And finally, something that helps with spray painting big time is cutbacks. So cutting back lines to make them more clean. You can see here it's a bit blurry on the edges. Like from afar, that's fine, doesn't matter. But if you want to be a bit more like arty or have like a quality finish, use your can to cut back and to create sharp lines. I'll show you exactly what that means here. And a little extra tidbit, let's chuck a key line around this thing to make it stand out from the wall. So a key line's a bright line that goes around the whole piece. Like a simple sort of throwy style, but just to add one little bit, because I'm sort of digging the flow of this one, let's just add something through the center of the letters, which complements the style a little bit, or doesn't. We'll see if it works or not. Let's see. Ready? So we got the V, got the W, go over the edge there, because Captain Cutbacks to the rescue. So goodbye to the problematic bits. There we go. I guess a good thing to note is I've been putting in mad hours and breathing in way too much spray paint today doing these workshops. So if you get a kick out of them, leave a bit of engagement. I really appreciate it. I hope you learned something. You'll learn plenty if you check the other videos out. And for the last one, I think we're going to get real experimental, so let's see what happens there.